The Halloween secret lair is finally revealed, but did Wizards of the Coast really intend to put some hidden messages in one of the cards? It's October, it's Halloween, and of course we have a secret lair super drop that we've got to go over for this week in Magic. I do this weekly, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we're going to get right into this because there is a lot to go over here. First off, you got Demon Lord Bells and Lock. I'm not going to go over what the cards do, except for the new ones that are in here. Most of these are reprints. They've been around for quite a while, so I'm going to go over the artwork more than going over what the card actually does. Now, the demon one here is you should have looked at the fine print version of a secret lair. It is a decent one. Some of these are coming in etched, some of them are coming in foil, and some of them are just basic ones. The etched or the foil, I believe, are the same pricing. Most of these are $29.99. The etched and the foil are usually $10 more. The last one at the end, the Stranger Thing one, is $39.99, and then the foil is $49.99. So now that that's all out of the way, let's get into which cards we're going to see. Demon Lord's Bells and Lock, the gold labeling here, the Grizzlebrand, with all that gold around there. I think the etching on this one is going to make it very unique, and they're going to look very, very good. You got Liliana's Contract. This is Liliana's Contract and her 4 demons is pretty much what it is. The 4 demons that she signed her contract if you follow the lore. It's a very interesting version. I think this is something people have probably been asking for, those that have the ear of Wizards. And you know what? Wizards have put it out there, and I wouldn't be surprised if this one gets scooped up very, very quickly. It's a very nice looking set. Then we got Thrilling Tales of the Undead, another Liliana themed one, but of course it's all Liliana because everything Halloween and zombie like is Liliana, and that just happens to be Halloween. So we got Gravecrawler here, a very unique version of the card. She'll get revenge or die trying. Ooh, she wants to crawl out of that gate in the grave just for the revenge. And then you got Liliana's Death Majesty. I can't remember which set this is from, but it's a decently looking card. It's a very strange version of Liliana, but she's carrying a zombie there. She makes zombie tokens. It's very interesting. Death is no excuse for disobedience. So even if you die under Liliana's watch, you're still going to be required for some servitude. And then we got Rise of the Dark Realms. Lock your doors, they're coming home. Rise of the Dark Realms is a fairly decent card overall. Returning everything back from everyone's graveyards to your side of the battlefield is pretty crazy. This is a fairly potent card in Commander, so I wouldn't be surprised if this style and look does gain some value with them. Then we've got the what is this? The Mirrored Insanity, Mirrored Insanity version. These are all the artifact lands for Mirrodin, and then they've mirrored the way that they look. I'm not a big fan of these ones. To me, they look way too busy. You kind of lose the idea of the mana symbol in them, and these are the artifact lands. Now, artifact lands are banned in most formats, so it's very interesting to see here, and I wouldn't be surprised if this means that the artifact lands are going to get an unban in Modern. If this is here now, we may see an unban in Modern. But it's very interesting how they've tried to mirror image it. The black one's not bad. You actually see the mana symbol on it. The red one's okay. The green one is very bad. So you guys know I am getting over a cold. So it's time and again. This is my second time actually recording this because things just don't seem to want to work for a person when they're getting over being sick. Then we've got the Monster Autonomy 101, a very interesting version here. This kind of reminds me of D&D and the Monsters Manual with them. You got the Fleet Swallower there. You got the Goblin Trash Masker. Ilog, the Raise Boar. This is a pretty decent card if I remember. Protean Hulk. Protean Hulk is a pretty powerful card also. And Gisha, the Sun's Avatar. Now, in the Autonomy one here, what's the secret card you want to see in there? What's the one card that has been left off this list that you want to see? I'm going to guess it's going to be some sort of artifact overall, and we're going to see the inner workings of some bigger artifact, something that we haven't seen in quite a while. Then we've got my absolute favorite. It's the movie poster one. What is this one called? The Monster Movie Marathon. This is an absolute eye-catching, stunning versions of Magic the Gathering cards, much like the metal ones they did last year. I absolutely love the look. I would love these just as posters on my wall. Not so much as Magic cards, but you know, if you could turn your deck into a work of art, this is the way to do it. So this one is the Dismember. Then your next one is the Blasphemous Act. Absolutely love this one. Reminds me of Castlevania with the priests and everything like that. It really is this horror-ish version of these cards, and I absolutely love the way these are being come out. A lot of people are loving these ones. Beast Within, destroy target permanent. And then Grafdigger's Cage. Absolutely gorgeous version of a skeleton in a cage. Overall, these are very, very unique cards and would be lovely to own. And then we get into the Stranger Things. And the Stranger Things, they're all new cards. They're all unique to Magic the Gathering. They're all brand new cards and do something each. So these are cards that are unique overall, and they're going to be a reprint of these cards in a version of a Magic the Gathering card that is not the same art, not the same name, but a reprint overall. So you don't have this repeat that we had with the Walking Dead Secret Lair, where it's a completely new card and you can only get that type of card in the Walking Dead Secret Lair. So in 6 months' time, these get reprinted into something on something else, and then they show up in a set booster down the line as part of the list or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I still think it's going to be relatively hard to get a hold of these, but ultimately, if any of these take off, they're going to become a 4 of in some decks, and I didn't like the idea of Secret Layers. I don't really like them, but they do bring eye-catching ideas and new IPs to the things, so it's very interesting to bring these at the door for all of us to see. So the Mind Flayer, this Shadow, for 3 black and 4, you get a 9/9 legendary enchantment creature, horror. Mind Flayer, the Shadow, isn't a creature unless you control 3 or more permanents you don't control, so it's a black card in a control-a-thon deck. Ugh, gross. At the beginning of your end step, exile the bottom card of each opponent's library face down. For as long as those cards remain exile, you may look at them, you may cast permanent spells from among them, and you may spend mana as though it was mana of any color to cast those spells. So in a multiplayer Commander game, this is very, very potent overall. The next one up is Chief Jim Hopper. For 1 white, 1 red, 2 generic, you get a 4/4 legendary creature, human soldier. These are all legendary creatures, by the way. He's got Menace. Whenever Chief Jim Hopper attacks, you investigate once for each non-token attacking creature. You're going to make up a ton of clues overall, and it's very interesting. This, alongside with all the artifact lands, could be a very foretelling version that we're going to get a very heavy artifact set very, very soon. Maybe the Brothers' War on the horizon will be a very heavy artifact set. I wouldn't be surprised. Then there is the new ability of Friends Forever. You can have 2 commanders if they both have Friends Forever. This is unique to the Stranger Things cards only. They do not replace Partner. Partner does the exact same thing, but Friends Forever is completely different from Partner. They are not interchangeable as per the rules of the game. Now, that doesn't stop you from doing this in your Kitchen Brew home Commander games, but just so everyone's aware, that is the difference with the Friends Forever. The next one up is Dustin, Gadget Genius. 1 blue, 1 white, 2 generic for a 2/3 human. Tap 2 for 2 generic land mana. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate abilities for artifacts. And he also has Friends Forever. There's a blue card that does the exact same thing as this, except it's 1 and 1. So it's hard to really say that this is worthwhile for 4 mana. There's been a lot of contentious around that. The next one up is 11 the Mage. 1 red, 1 black, 1 blue, 1 generic for a 3/5 human wizard. Your maximum hand size is now 11. Whenever 11 the mage attacks, draw a card, lose 1 life. Then, if you have 11 or more cards in your hand, you may cast a instant or sorcery spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. This is a bad sort of... this card is probably the most powerful out of the set and absolutely broken. If you can get to 11 cards and then start just casting draw spells, you can draw out your deck very, very quickly this way. I think this is a mistake of a card overall. It's a 3/5 for 4 mana. Mana cost doesn't really mean anything nowadays for Magic the Gathering, so we'll have to wait to see. This one may find a spot in some sort of legacy staple. We'll have to. It could be something absolutely ridiculous down the line. Then we got Lucas the Sharpshooter, 1 blue, 1 red. Tap, sacrifice an artifact, gain deals 1 damage to target creature, goad that creature. Until your next turn, that creature attacks each combat if able and attacks on any player other than you if able. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. This combined with all the clues that you're going to get, you're always going to have a way of having an artifact to sack there. Ultimately, this isn't that crazy of a card. The next one up is Max the Daredevil for 1 red, 1 green. 1 generic, you get a 3/2 human with haste. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, untap target creature, then investigate. Once again, friends forever. I believe they all have friends forever, just so people are aware. The next one after that is Mike the Dungeon Master for 1 white, 1 green, 1 generic. You get a 2/2 human. 2, tap it, choose target creature card from your graveyard that was put there during this battlefield this turn. Return it to the battlefield tapped. Once again, friends forever. Now this last one, it's very contentious where they've went with it. We've got Will the Wise. And, you know, I'm going to pause here for a few minutes and talk about this one in particular because there's some stuff going on. There's stuff in the Magic community that has been pointed out with this one. What is listed behind Will the Wise's head? You've got a banner and it's spelling out something that I thought was a derogatory term for someone that happens to be gay. And this is very interesting for them to take this path for it, and especially with Stranger Things and it being a set about hidden meaning and clues and everything hidden and in behind the scenes. And the fact that they did this on a card, I have a funny feeling they didn't even mean for this to come out. And it's been pointed out many times now on social medias and everything like that, that this card is going to be probably a glaring mistake in the entire set. And it is very unfortunate from that it's come down to this. But let's get into the card. Enough said about that little unknown detail that people probably didn't really notice until we pointed it out. But for 1 black, 1 white, you get a 1/2 human. When Will the Wise enters or leaves the battlefield, each opponent may investigate. Each opponent who doesn't investigate loses 1 life. You investigate X times, where X is the number plus 1 of the opponents who investigated this way. So once again, you're finding clues and you're looking for hidden meaning in the stuff you're looking at. So it's very strange that we put this type of thing in the background there. I'm going to guess the banner is supposed to say homecoming. However, that's not what it says on the card. If you add it up and then you put in hidden clues and hidden meanings, it's not a very, very good way to represent a card here. And there's a lot of contention around, a lot of speculation around his sexuality in the show as well. I've seen many of articles pointing towards this. So I don't follow Stranger Things myself, but it's very interesting that this is where we went with it. Then you got the clue token for all of the Stranger Things. A very interesting clue token. This is something we did see back when it was spoiled that they were going to be doing a Stranger Things crossover with Magic the Gathering. The last secret layer that we have is the lands one. I'm not really huge on these. I do like the idea of them. This is the Midnight Hunt Showcase secret layers. So it comes out with Moorland Haunt. These ones I won't go over too crazy with because these are all reprints once again. 1 blue, 1 white for the effect on that one. And then you got Vault of the Archangel. It's a black-white effect. You've got Nephilia's Drownyard, a blue-black effect for milling. You got Desolate Lighthouse. You know, Rudy from Alpha Investments' favorite opening card for box toppers out there. The Desolate Lighthouse, the Troll Lighthouse, where you always find your hopes and dreams. And we've got Stenzia Bloodhall for the red-black version. The Grim Backwoods, very, very busy version of a black and white version of it. Once again, there is, with the double feature coming out for Innistrad, they are doing a bunch of cards like this. So I'm very surprised that they did a showcase version of this and not so much add these to the double feature as like a box topper or something like that. And then you have Kessel Wolf Run, the red-green one. This one is a well-known card overall. I believe it is in some modern decks. Slayer's Stronghold for the red-white one. And then we have Gavinese Township and the Alchemist Refuge, also a green-blue one. That one's, I think, going around quite a bit. Now, are these all the secret layers that we are seeing? Well, there's one more hidden secret layer that it seems that we're discovering on MTG Arena right now. And that one in particular starts off with the Muldrifter here that I have queued up. And then there's also the Craterhoof Behemoth, which we'll get into. This is a very cute version style of the Muldrifter. But if we go into the styles, you see there is this one here, which was done by an artist of the young age of 5.5 by Ilea. And it says, be you, be free, live happily. So Muldrifter, and then the full version done by Magala Venvenu, which I believe had the fairies that went for auction for over $10,000 for her artwork in particular. So it's very interesting that this is another style of secret layer. There's a lot of speculation that this is going to be the extra life secret layer that has not been shown anywhere yet. Then we have the Craterhoof Behemoth. Once again, you got Kira, age 5.5, and then it was redone by Lars Grant West of age 52. And the idea behind this one is it loves to eat all the things crispy, crunchy, and cheddar flavored. So this might be the Cheddar Hoof Behemoth. Is that where we're going with this? Once again, this is another, I believe, extra life edition secret layer. And then we have one more, which is the Metalworks Colossus out there on here. So this one, once again, we've got Hyan Tran of age 6. I've come to save the world, and it's very cute. And then it was full rendition done by Chris Run of age 36. Once again, these are absolutely adorable. And if you are willing to donate to Extra Life, I am actually going to be, I do take donations for Extra Life. The link is in the channel, and going forward, there is a new event on November 6th. Hopefully I can attend it this year. I'm not entirely sure what I'll be able to do, but for the next month or so, I do, if you guys can help, throw some money towards Extra Life. It's a giant thing and something that I've tend to do for the longest time. I've helped them. This year, we've almost raised $4,000 for Extra Life, and that goes to the local Stollery Children's Hospital here in Edmonton, Alberta. My son has a very complex medical history and went through the Stollery at a very young age. We actually spent 352 days in hospital, so every little bit that I can raise for them helps. So if you guys can throw some money towards that, that would be muchly appreciated as well. Few final things here. I want to say thank you to the Amazonian on Twitter. She's the one that discovered the Extra Life cards during her Twitch stream. So if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have found them very easily, or we could have came across them. I'm going to guess for those Extra Life ones, there's one more out there, because usually with the secret layers, there's 4. So I'm guessing there's another one in Arena that hasn't been discovered as of yet. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching This Week in Magic. This is your proud Canadian Phoenix signing off. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.